Back on the Rob Dibble Show with Ben Darnell on your afternoon drive here at the Donny Marshall Charity Golf Tournament that takes care of the Talent Fund and also the Ryan Martin Foundation. And the wonderful Caroline Ducharme now is on the set with us here from UConn Women's Basketball. She does. She does. Let's just start with, the tough question is your health. How do you feel? Where are you right now? Are you able to practice and things like that?
Yeah, I'm feeling good. I took some time away to do some treatment. Obviously, I didn't play all of last year, so I took some time away, and now I'm getting back into it. I'm feeling good. It's still a process, but I'm doing a lot more than I have in the past. So
now, Caroline has not golfed today. She has not swung a club whatsoever, but we have heard she beat Hassan Diarra in putt-putt in their last championship round. He's shaking his head no. No experience with golf whatsoever.
I mean, like mini golf. Yeah.
What other sports have you done? What other sports are in Caroline Ducharme's repertoire?
Growing up, I played soccer, lacrosse, volleyball. That was it.
When did you focus straight on basketball? Nothing else but basketball.
I mean, I always liked basketball more. Like, even when I played all the other sports, I always played more basketball. So I would say probably I started getting into basketball more because my older sister, she's 2 years older than me, she started getting into it more. And when I was young, I just wanted to do whatever she did. So probably around like third or fourth grade is when like she started playing. Well, she was in sixth grade. I was in third or fourth grade. She started playing AAU. So then I would just tag along, and then I started doing it on my own.
What was AAU basketball like for you? And then as you started to approach like 6 foot tall, did everybody start bothering you and be like, hey, we need you to come here. We want you to play for this team. What kind of decision making was that for you when you were growing up?
Yeah, well, I actually didn't grow really until probably like 8th grade, 7th grade. So my sister was 6'1" from like really young, and I wasn't. So I kind of would always just like tag along her stuff, and then when I grew, obviously, things started to ramp up. But I played on the same AU program since I was little, like until like my freshman year of high school, really. So I was with the same coach, the same girls. My dad was a coach. Like, it was the same program, my sister's team. And then when I started getting better and better, I kind of was like, I want to go higher and play against the best. So that's when I went to an EYBL team, and I went to New York City and played for Exodus. And then things, from there it was more competitive.
Take us through last year and just all the injuries, and we're playing with basically 8 bodies out there. It's really nothing new because it felt like a repeat from the year before. But what was that mentally for the entire locker room to push through, still win Big East championships, and still perform better than most everyone in the tournament?
I think it was hard. I think it was hard for people that were out and the people that were playing for different reasons. I mean, obviously, we had 5 people with season-ending injuries, so it was kind of nice that we had each other to kind of help us through the long season of being out. But also for the people that are playing, there's 6-7 people playing 38 minutes a game, and that's hard on your body, mentally, everything. So, and also half of them were freshmen, half of them had never played college basketball. So you're kind of starting out the season, and they want to, kind of ease into it, look up to the people above you, and then they're thrown out, and now they're starting playing 40 minutes a game. So I think I'm really proud of the way that they handled it, the way everybody handled it. I think people were thrown into uncomfortable positions, and it was crazy what we were able to still accomplish, but I think that's just a testimony to, who we are as people, and then our coaching staff just preparing us because, no other program in the country could have done that.
What's it like when you're growing up, and who taught you how to shoot, number one? Who did you kind of pattern yourself after? You're one of the best shooters to ever come through this program. Obviously 11 national championships, all the other kind of stuff, but you're one of the best. Gino always says, we didn't bring you here to be good, we brought you here to be great. I mean, when did you start realizing I'm pretty damn good at shooting a basketball?
When I was young, my dad taught me to shoot. My mom did too, but my dad, we would go to the gym every single day. He would shoot with me. I think, honestly, my shooting kind of took a turn when I tore my ACL, and all I could do was shoot. So I would just go before I could jump, before I could
How many shots a day?
A lot.
Hundreds?
Yeah, if thousands. I would go shoot before school, after school. He would just, if I could just form shoot, he would sit and form shoot for me for hours, or rebound for me for hours. So I think that's when I really like kind of took a turn with my shooting, because it wasn't really like a huge part of my game before that. But when you can't do much for 6-9 months, it kind of so.
When is the moment? Because Gino always tells us this too. There's even with Paige, like there's a lot of moments where you guys have so much talent that you think that you are great at shooting and you might have a little look, but AZ may be wide open and you want to get her the ball, and then all of a sudden Gino is on your butt. Like, why the hell didn't you score? When is that click into your head to where like I'm with these great women on this great team, but I have to be the one that puts the ball in the basket? Like for everyone. Is there a moment, is it Gino yelling at you enough times where it finally clicks over to where, like, I'm open, I'm going to score?
I think for so many of us, everybody came from a place before UConn where they're the primary option, they're the guys. So I think everyone kind of has that, or, certain people have that kind of mentality already in you, and then I think it's more of an adjustment when you get around so many great players, and then you just want to be around great players. You want to play with each other, you want to feed each other, you want to take advantage of so many options. Like I had never played with so many great players on the floor with me at once, but then once you get used to playing with each other, it's like, okay, like if I have this one, this is going to be my shot, but if she has that, that's her shot. So it's kind of just getting comfortable with each other, and definitely like my freshman year, you're just thrown in there and it's a lot, and you have upperclassmen trying to like help you through it, and you're just kind of figuring it out as you go, and then the roles kind of reverse, and now you're trying to help the younger guys.
Talking to Caroline Ducharme here on the Rob Dibble Show with Ben Dardanelle. We're at the Lake of Isles, the Donny Marshall Charity Golf Tournament. We constantly joke about this because it's different in Hassan Diarra's case. UConn men in the Big East, it's rough. It's a tough conference. Yeah. For the women, not so tough. You have to go out of conference games, play some really tough competition outside the conference. Does that hurt you when you're playing all these in-conference games where it just seems like the competition's not there for you?
No, not necessarily, because I think in the Big East, I think that's definitely a very different style than some of the other like big conference, big games that we play. And so I think in the long run, it really does help us, because you're practicing and defending different schemes that you don't usually see. So then in the tournament, when we come across a team like that has a whole bunch of plays running you off a whole bunch of screens, gonna kind of mess with your head type basketball, I think that it does really help us, because you got to be on mentally too. And some of these bigger non-conference games, it's more skill and more technical, not as much like scheme. So I think that really does help us if you look at it that way.